Seeing Chris Hollander at an Illinois practice a little less than 2 years ago. I was up to speak at the NCAA at an event they had for some juniors and seniors, like pro prospect type guys. And I didn't speak till that afternoon, drove to Champaign from Indianapolis. There was Chris, and we kind of sat together and watched that practice, talked about what he was doing. And then it became really fascinating to me. And then it just became like life-changing when it came to what I was doing with television and radio and everything like that. I like to have somebody that can help my work become clear. And that's exactly what Just Play does. That's what the numbers do. And then the other part of it is it leads you in so many different directions. And in coaching, it'd be nonstop. But in television, you got to be a little more clear with it. You can't have as much, but at the end of the day, the numbers are telling you what you're looking for, and you're trying to find some numbers that the viewer or the listener can attach to. And that's what I've really tried to do.
Let's go back to the draft book. How did you use it? What was the thing that you saw and you're like, when you first opened it, you're like, yeah, I gotta use this. Like, this is gonna help me.
It's a book I carried around nonstop. I mean, literally, from the time I got it in Austin when we were in Orlando, I was getting on a plane. I took it with me nonstop. So I could always write in. I could always write notes, and I could go right on down the line. And then when I was doing shows, I always had it with me, and I could turn to it at a break, but I'd already gone through it and put it in notes on players. And to me, every player, especially as you get in the draft, is a case study unto itself. So you're always evaluating. And I keep my notes from years on end as I'm going into the season and television and things like that. I did that even going back as an assistant coach with Tom Izzo. I would start scouting our top opponents in August. I'm constantly keeping notes. I'm constantly writing them out. Even if I type them out on the phone, I write them out. I'd rather have them written out. And then that's exactly what I was able to do with the book. I would go big picture, and I would do some points inside of that picture that we've got to get to. But I would give them tangible numbers from that data that we can get to. And I think it's the same with players. I think it's the same with telling a story on players. Like I turned to this page from the draft book on Nate Ament, right? Like there's a lot of things to look at. This draft had a ton of guys with upside. It had a ton of things that guys have to get better at. But when you look at Nate Ament and you're looking to the NBA and you're looking, okay, what stood out, but what could transfer for him, right? Like rebounding transfers to the next level. There's certain things that transfers. Well, this kid, okay, he got, let me get the right exact number, 33.6% of his points came from the free throw line. Like that is a huge number. So when I'm describing Nate Ament, okay, to my team, if I'm coaching against him, I'm talking about how we have to cut that number down. If I'm describing him as a draft prospect, I talk about how strong that number is and how that shows a lot. Don't get so caught up in his 3-point numbers or 3-point percentages or attempts. Look at how he was scoring and impacting the game. It's a great tool, but it's also having people that can help you see it and know what to look for. Because again, I want to learn. I get energy from learning. And when I have a way to look at something differently, like Chris gave me so many times, that's just unbelievable. And I think what you guys are doing, that's where you guys are so far ahead of the game. Because I think there's a lot of people selling product. I'm not sure there's people that are always diving into the product. I would have a hard time believing that most people don't feel a personal touch from you guys because of the way that you can put it together. If I was coaching tomorrow, I'd be having the Just Play solutions put in before I'd have the staff done. Put it that way. I mean, that's how important it is to be able to dive in and understand what's out there and give yourself a clear view of what you're looking for or what the game is telling you.